Hi guys, welcome to week 6. So this week we're going to talk about trigonometry. Trigonometry is needed for calculus, so this is a very important week. There's a lot of stuff in this week, so much that I had to group it up by chapter. There's a lot of sections, so you're going to have to read multiple sections a day to get through here, because there are 7 sections in chapter 4 and 3 in chapter 5. All about trig. So we're going to be doing, basically it's going to be a crash course in trigonometry. We do offer occasionally trigonometry course, but it's not required to any degree. It's an elective, and I think it's only been offered 2 or 3 times a year because usually people don't take it. So you're getting a crash course this week. And as such, my live sessions I'm doing this week are trying to distill all of these sections. You have 10 sections total, trying to distill them into 2 hours. I'm trying to do everything I can to give you the big picture and giving you everything that you need to know to be proficient. So you've got your discussion this week, the self-assessment, the application assignment, and the journal. So your discussion prompt starts with write a short essay. I am not looking for essay format. I know it says to write an essay, but this is a discussion. So I'm not looking for essay format. I'm not looking for like 5-paragraph essay with APA formatting. I'm not looking for a file. Don't type it up in Word and then just attach the file. Type it into the discussion box because nobody wants to have to download files to open up to see what you've done. So make sure you type it inside the discussion box. So your goal is to explain to a classmate. So this explaining means you're using your own words. You're not copy and pasting. You're not quoting from sources. Explain in your own words how to evaluate the 6 trig functions of any angle, theta, and standard position. So I am looking for you to do that. You need to have that explanation. If you don't have that explanation, you are not doing what it tells you to do. Also, include in your essay an explanation of reference angles. So tell me what they are. Tell us how to use them. Explain the signs of the functions in each of the 4 quadrants. That's where a diagram is very helpful. And trig values of common angles. So that means it's best to give an example of how to do this. How to evaluate a trig function that's in one of the common angles, like maybe pi over 3 or pi over 6. So you need to include figures, diagrams, a worked out example. Put this all in your own words. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to see file attachments, but make sure you have your references. That includes, if you're using stuff from the textbook, reference the textbook. If you're using things from other websites, reference those websites. If you have photos that or pictures that you did not create, you need to tell us where you got those. Your assignments this week. So your week 6 assignment, 5 problems again. Actually, I forgot to double check if it was 5 problems. I'm going to double check that right now. I just assume most of the time they're 5 problems. Occasionally we've had ones with 4 problems. Yeah, this is 5 problems, okay. So it's 5 problems. Problem 1 does have a photo. If that photo doesn't show up, let me know because sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. So right now I have it open, I can see the photo. Sometimes it just doesn't want to show. Problem 5 has an equation that's also a photo, so if that one doesn't show up again, let me know, and you need to do it as soon as possible so I can send you what it's supposed to say. You can always double check back in a few hours or something and see if it just suddenly magically appears. It's really weird, I don't know why it does that. Problem 1 is probably the hardest problem. You need to show all of your steps and explain what you're doing because there are multiple ways to do a problem. So if you don't explain to me what you were doing, it's just going to look like gibberish to me because I don't know which route to do the problem that you're doing and whether you just got lucky with the right answer or if you're doing a valid method. So you need to explain in words. Explain, I'm doing this, this is what I'm finding, give some explanation. And that applies to all of the problems. That's the biggest thing. People are losing points because they're not actually explaining what they're doing. They're just giving me numbers and they don't mean anything. 2 often is a little tricky. People usually use the wrong numbers. I don't know where that's coming from. The rest of them are straightforward. So it's only problems 1 and 2 that are usually the tricky ones for people. Your reflection journal. So I've been saying this multiple times. There is a minimum word length. You need to make sure you hit that minimum word length. And in order to hit that minimum word length, you need to make sure you're talking about what you're supposed to talk about. This is not just a reflection about anything you want to talk about. This reflection journal is specifically about the assignments and your problem-solving process. So you need to talk about your problem-solving process. And if you're having trouble, use the prompts that are given in the assignment directions. So it doesn't mean you just get to talk about anything you want. You're going to lose points if you do that. So keep that in mind. Your self-assessment this week is longer. This one's 18 questions. A lot of it is because you can do a lot of it on the calculator. If you have a calculator, I have the TI-30X. I don't know, it's Roman numerals. I don't know if that's IS or 2S. I've been calling it 2S because it's Roman numerals, not a letter, because it says TI and that's a different, symbol on here. It uses a different font. Anyway, you can do trig stuff here, but make sure you're in the correct mode. You need to make sure you're either in radian mode or degree mode depending on the problem. So make sure, at least on my calculator, it says the bottom right here whether I'm in radians or degrees. So you need to make sure you're in the correct mode. If you're not, you're going to get your answers wrong. So just a warning there. So that's basically it. That's everything you need to know for this coming week. Hopefully I will see you guys Thursday when I have the first session. That's going to be on right triangles and the unit circle. I'm going to talk about how I think of trigonometry and how it works for me. It may not work for you, but I'm going to just show you how it works in my head. If you have any questions, you can email me, you can give me a call, and hopefully I'll see you guys then. Bye.